Shalom Friends. Today we are tackling a complex and deeply troubling topic: the rise of groups like the Black Hebrew Israelites and their claims of being the true descendants of the ancient Israelites. As someone who has personally encountered their hateful rhetoric, I feel it is critical to address this issue with clarity, truth, and a focus on the two greatest commandments: to love God and to love your neighbor. This video will examine their claims, expose the dangers of their ideology, and explore how it inspires anti-Semitism, particularly against Ashkenazi Jews. Let us begin with my personal experience. While walking near a Walgreens one day, I came across a group of about 15 Black Hebrew Israelites. They were shouting biblical passages, twisting scripture to fit their narrative, and displaying a sandwich board defaming Rabbi Yeshua. Appalled by their message, I engaged them in conversation. What struck me was the baseless nature of their claims, particularly their interpretation of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. They argued that this verse, which speaks of Jewish exile, referred to the transatlantic slave trade, claiming it as proof of their identity as the true Israelites. However, this interpretation falls apart upon closer examination. The verse explicitly states that the Jews would not be bought for a price. Yet the transatlantic slave trade was fundamentally based on the buying and selling of human beings. This encounter revealed to me that their ideology is not rooted in biblical truth, but in a racist dogma that seeks to erase Jewish identity. The Anti-Defamation League and other organizations classify the Black Hebrew Israelites as a hate group, and for good reason. Their doctrine is not only historically and scripturally inaccurate, but also fuels hatred and division. Their belief that Jews have stolen their heritage and their fabricated system of assigning ethnic groups to the 12 tribes of Israel are entirely baseless and dangerous. To address their claims, let us turn to scripture. The term Hebrew originates from Ivri Ivray, often linked to Eber, an ancestor of Abraham, Genesis chapter 10, verse 21. In this sense, all descendants of Eber, including Abraham, Isaac, Ishmael, Jacob, and Esau, could be considered Hebrews. However, the covenant with God is established through Abraham's lineage via Isaac and Jacob. As stated in Genesis chapter 17, verses 19 through 21, God's covenant is specifically with Isaac, not Ishmael. Similarly, the covenant continues through Jacob, excluding Esau. This distinction underscores that while Ishmael and Esau's descendants share Abrahamic lineage, the covenantal identity of Israel belongs to Jacob's descendants alone. The Black Hebrew Israelites manipulate these distinctions to advance their ideology. They claim exclusive ownership of the term Hebrew, erasing the historical and covenantal context that ties the Jewish people to their heritage. Rabbi Yeshua himself acknowledged the unique role of the Jewish people in God's plan, stating in the book of John chapter 4, verse 22, "Salvation is from the Jews." Rabbinic sources further clarify these issues. The Midrash, Genesis Rabbah chapter 45, verse 9, acknowledges the blessings given to Ishmael and Esau, but emphasizes that the covenant's spiritual mission remains with Israel. The Talmud, Sanhedrin page 91, folio A, recounts how some descendants of Edom converted to Judaism, reflecting the potential for spiritual redemption, but not erasing the unique role of Jacob's lineage. These teachings remind us that the covenant is not merely about lineage, but about fulfilling God's commandments and mission. Historically, claims of being the true Israelites have often led to increased anti-Semitism. The Black Hebrew Israelites are not alone in this. Similar ideologies have emerged throughout history, frequently resulting in hatred and violence against Jews. By asserting that Jews are imposters, these groups foster division and perpetuate dangerous stereotypes. This has real-world consequences, as I experienced firsthand when I was targeted simply for being Jewish. Such hatred is a direct violation of the commandment to love your neighbor. Rabbi Yeshua's teachings offer a powerful counter to this hatred. In the book of Matthew chapter 22, verses 37 through 40, he emphasizes the two greatest commandments: to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and to love your neighbor as yourself. These principles leave no room for the kind of division and hatred espoused by groups like the Black Hebrew Israelites. Instead, they call us to unity, truth, and compassion. The ideology of groups like the Black Hebrew Israelites is not only flawed but deeply harmful. Their misinterpretation of scripture, rejection of Jewish identity, and promotion of anti-Semitism stand in stark contrast to the teachings of Rabbi Yeshua and the truth of the Torah. By addressing these issues head-on, we can expose the dangers of such ideologies and reaffirm the importance of love, truth, and unity. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more biblical insights. God bless.